that's why they do it. So all the globalists are in Davos. And let's explain to the people really quick what is the point of the World Economic Forum.
So Charles, the point of the World Economic Forum, as I understand it,
why are they there?
Where our masters get together to decide what atrocities come next for us. I'm sure there's a more political way of putting that, but basically it's the globalist meeting where all of the biggest nations get together to coordinate basically what comes next for humanity, for the humans. Well, funny that you'd mention humans. So Charles Schwab goes in, gives his speech. Part of what it is that he talks about is what they're calling the fourth industrial revolution. Right. And a direct quote right off of the WEF website is described as the rethinking of how countries develop, how organizations create value, and even what it means to be human. First of all, this is the guy another win said, for the conspiracy theorist, right? This guy, straight up, they are telling you to change what it means to be human. Where do we even start?
This is the same person that said you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. Correct. Right? So they talk about eating bugs to save the world from climate change because the cow farts, blah, 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 all that stuff. So here's a very descriptive tweet of what it is. This is exactly what Corey Morgan says. The World Economic Forum isn't some grand conspiracy. Their goals are right out in the open, which is so true. They literally tell you what they want from the human race. They want centralized world governance with a socialist basis. One doesn't need to be a conspiracy theorist to speak up and oppose such a dangerous agenda. It's been out in the open with the topic of the pharmaceuticals, which we are very restrictive. The vaccine stuff we can't really talk about on YouTube and stuff. When the pandemic happened, we know that the WHO and the World Economic Forum had plans for all of us when it comes to immigration, when it comes to climate change. All these left-wing Marxist ideologies is what they push for. But essentially, they want to centralize the world, right? And have more control over every single citizen, which is extremely problematic, scary. Yeah.
I go back to the reshaping what it means to be human. I'm a woman of faith. And to me, it's like we are made perfect in God's image. Mm-hmm. And to see just so blatantly tell people that we are going to redefine. What does that actually mean? Because I had to search it. Like, what do they mean by redefining human? And it's, what we're talking about is, number one, DNA manipulation. So enhancing and manipulating DNA. What that means is that you can change a person's genetic features. And yes, they're going to sell you on things like, well, we could get rid of diseases like that or whatnot. But now we're talking about creating like a superior level of human. So you in your the kind of development that God made you in, how will you be able to compete with a machine? Because it's not just the manipulation of the DNA. These individuals are actually talking about what crazy Alex Jones has been talking for a very long time, which is transhumanism. It's about enhancing human capabilities through AI. And that's the kind of future that you would see in an apocalyptic type of future that you would expect out of like the Hunger Games or something like that. And here we are, 2022, all of the most powerful world leaders under one roof, except Vladdy and Donald Trump. And their discussion is about how over the next couple of years,
we have to transform the human race.
Define what it means to be human. And I feel like not only is is it an attack on us individually, but it's also an attack on people of faith. It's an attack on just natural development, the natural rule of law. And
it's a very satanic, subhuman agenda that they've been, pushing for a couple of years now. Yeah. It's I think it starts with the propaganda, and then eventually they
it starts to save the whales, and then it's like it's
because then really they manipulate you little by little, right into it.
Yeah.
Here's an interesting tweet from or something that the Alibaba Group president said. He said, individual carbon foot tracker to monitor what you buy, what you eat, and how you travel. So these are the type of things that they're discussing. All these globalists are discussing. By the way, all these oligarchs, because that's really what they are, they are talking about the carbon footprint and climate change, and they fly there in their private planes, and they're, they don't all come in a few private planes. It's like each individual one comes in their own plane. You see them all lined up in the airport, right? So these are the people trying to make us eat bugs instead of meat to save the planet.